Hi guys, coming back at you with a brand new video, and today we're going to be talking about my top five, not top five, just top cars that I want to see unveiled and see more of at the Geneva Motor Show. It's going to be a really incredible show this year. Tons of crazy cars coming out that are just going to be so fast. And there are a lot of smaller companies, or a few smaller companies, coming out with some hypercar-esque cars. Really interesting to see, but I won't get into those, but we will definitely see those from like different vlogging channels that will be there, so that's gonna be really cool. And yeah, what are your cars that you're looking forward to see more of at the Geneva Motor Show? It's gonna be really good one this year. I forget how last year turned out. I don't think I was too impressed with anything, but you know, we have a ton of crazy cars coming out this year, and yeah, here's my top cars that I'm looking forward to. Alright, so getting into the first car that I've been really raving about for the past, well, ever since I started this YouTube channel, the Lamborghini Huracan Performante. So when this car is unveiled at the Geneva Motor Show, we will definitely see the lap time that it went around the Nürburgring and see if it actually is faster than the Porsche 918 Spyder, which there's much speculation about. Chris Singh has incredible confidence in what this car can do and how it can whip around corners with the ALA aerodynamic system, where it can like open and close different panels in milliseconds and stuff like that. So it's going to be pretty crazy, see how much downforce it can actually put down, and you know how squirmy it can be around the track. So it's going to have, you know, maybe a 40 horsepower bump from the original Huracan, like 640 horsepower. It's going to have a nice wing, better exhaust, the two tips in the back. It's going to be really sexy. From like the tips at the bottom, they're going to be higher up, and it's going to look really good. Yeah, it's an overall incredible car. The reviews have been incredible for it, and it's going to be super fast. I think it's going to be very unexpected. It's going to surprise a lot of people on what Lamborghinis can actually do now. I mean, the Huracan in general is just a huge leap ahead for Lamborghini because it's so refined, so daily drivable. Yeah, it's just an overall incredible car, and I can't wait to see the Performante version of it. It's gonna be fantastic. So the McLaren 720S, the P14. I'm pretty sure it's going to be officially called the 720S. This is going to be the successor to the 650S, and it's going to kill absolutely everything. I mean, this car was scheduled to be in production like 2 years ago, right after the P1 was launched. But, you know, there was the class action lawsuit because it was going to be faster than the P1, and it's still going to be faster than the P1. It's going to be faster than everything. So yeah, they've been waiting to release this car. They've been refining it and just making it a ton better. I mean, waiting 2 more years to release a car, you can do a lot. It's going to have so much more downforce than the 650S, and it's going to have, you know, maybe almost 100 horsepower more, 80 horsepower more, something like that, around the 720 horsepower range. Maybe low 700 horsepower, because you know, like the 650 was like 630 or something. I really don't know, but it's gonna absolutely destroy everything. We have had some leaked images of it, and Shmi personally, he was very upset about this. He was like, oh, it took away the thunder from McLaren when they launch it at Geneva. But this car is going to be absolutely incredible, and from what I'm gathering from this leaked image, it's a side image, very bad angles from it, but it looks a ton like, design cues wise, it looks a ton like the McLaren F1 on the side, the original McLaren F1, and I think that's really sick. Like just how it flows on the side. It reminds me a lot of McLaren F1 styling, and I can't wait to see more of this this McLaren 720S. It's gonna be incredible. I mean, it looks great. I mean, people were very speculative at first on the looks and everything, but I think when they see it at Geneva, I mean, like all McLarens look good. Like my favorites right now are the P1 and the the 570 and the 570 GT and the 540, but really my favorite McLaren right now is the 570S. It's just incredible seeing it in person. It has so much design language, like even in the doors from the McLaren P1. It's gonna be really, really cool. This is gonna be the last car that I think I'm gonna be talking about here, and it's gonna be the Pagani Huayra Roadster. Now, there's been a ton of talk about this car, and it's gonna be absolutely incredible. It's gonna have way more aggressive styling than the original Huayra. I mean, for Lamborghini KS, he said like the Zonda Cinque Roadster has been one of his like most favorite looking cars out there, and the Pagani Huayra Roadster takes the cake on this one. I mean, there's so much more styling all around the car. I'm not sure how it would compare to a Huayra with a Tempesta pack, but it's just new panels and stuff like that, not just adding a kit onto the car. And I think it's still gonna have the same power numbers, the same V12 with the same twin turbo V12. Not really sure on the performance of the car, but it's supposed to look really good. There's been a ton of speculation on what they're going to do with the doors, because, you know, the Huayra, it's all about the iconic gull-wing doors, and, you know, you really want to take that away from the Huayra, but what can you do when you chop the roof off of a car? I mean, what are your options? Like, go La Ferrari Aperta style and put the hinges on the A-pillars, or something like that. And Horatio has said before that he doesn't want to take anyone else's design, but really, when it comes down to it, you're gonna have to do something that's special, especially with Pagani. Yeah. So what are you guys thinking about all the cars that are coming out? I mean, Ferrari may have a few things up their sleeve, maybe with the F12M. Maybe they'll just display the 70th anniversary models again. Have a LaFerrari Aperta there, of course. Lamborghini, they'll have the Centenario there. And, of course, unveiling the Huracan that I talked about, the Huracan Performante. McLaren, they'll have a few things there. Probably some carbon edition cars, and of course unveiling the 720S. That's going to be a big one. Not really sure what's coming from like Audi or Mercedes. Not sure if Mercedes is going to be talking about the Project One hypercar, or if McLaren is going to be talking about the their hypercar, the Hyper GT, or if Aston Martin and Red Bull will be talking about the Nebula, that crazy car. I have heard some talk about Aston Martin coming out with like a revamped 177, something crazy like that, and I heard like Lamborghini KS and a few other people. I know I keep saying Lamborghini KS, but he's been actually doing a lot of live streams, and he has a lot of insight on these cars, so I'm really trusting his word on stuff like that. Other things like, yeah. Yeah, so that's pretty much summing it up from the cars that I'm expecting from Geneva. Like I said, there's going to be smaller manufacturers. They're coming out with hypercars too, like we always see. There's so much crazy stuff at Geneva. It's like the only car show, motor show to go to when it comes to unveiling cars. I mean, I went to the Detroit Auto Show, and it was nothing special, because they don't even have like really any exotic brands there. Like the most exotic thing I saw there was the NSX or the Audi R8, and really, who cares? I mean, if I want to see one of those, I'll just go to Easton Mall. But yeah, that's pretty much it with this video. Just comment below what you're looking forward to see and what you're most excited for. And yeah, like touching on stuff like what Ferrari might bring to the table with the F12M, or if they might come out with a 488 Speciale already, or like Speciale A, or an Aperta, or whatever you want to call it. But yeah, that's gonna pretty much wrap it up for this video, and I will catch you guys later. See ya.